Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Happy Highest You LIVECAST. My name is Kim Leskovic. For those of you new to my Instagram page or rewatching the replay on Facebook, I'm an essential oil educator and wellness coach, and I'm really passionate about connecting people with wellness tools such as essential oils, yoga, meditation, that really just have them thriving to be that happiest, healthiest version of themselves. And I kind of had this epiphany today about what Happy Highest You means to me. When first coming up with this name for this live cast, I thought, well, everyone's kind of striving in life to be happy, to be their highest version of themselves. But what came to me today was that this highest, happiest version of me personally is when I'm allowing myself to feel peace. And whenever I'm feeling peace, no matter the outside circumstances of what's going on in my day, that reminds me that I am happy in this moment, and that happiness is a choice. And also, we already are our highest self when we allow us to go in and really tune into that energy, because that already is within us. So is that happy self as well. So that's just a little something that I wanted to share with you today. Hi Jake, I see you're hopping on here. But yeah, I'm really passionate about helping people use essential oils, use yoga to really have them waking up and just feeling really empowered and inspired to work through whatever it is that comes up throughout their day. We know that we can only prevent so much, and I think having these wellness tools to grab out of our purse or to come home to and get on our mat is really powerful in knowing what to do with our emotions and knowing how to feel. Hi Shannon, thanks for the hearts. And I do have a window open right now, so if it does get loud with traffic, please let me know. Say hi as you're coming in and watching. Again, I haven't really been consistent with scheduling like people to come on here with me, but I do intend to do that in May, and in future months I actually want to reach out to someone to talk to you guys about Mental Health Awareness Month, which is May. So I'm going to try to get that scheduled. I usually do these live casts on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time on Instagram. Sometimes I'll kind of link both Instagram and Facebook, but that can kind of be a lot looking at both screens. So I try to just do what I can. But anyway, I went on a run after work, used some oils, took a shower, and I'm feeling really rejuvenated and refreshed to come on here and just speak from my heart. Hi Kelsey, I see you jumping on. Hi Becca. And I do want to share with you my diffuser blend that I actually have going right now, because it's called Pixie Dust and it smells so good, and I just want to share it with you. So it's lemongrass, which I think kind of smells like that sugary pixie dust smell. This is a really, let me see if I don't have my book by me, but I know lemongrass is really helpful for like clearing any negative energy and kind of cleansing negativity. And then spearmint is the next one. So it's 1 drop of lemongrass, 2 drops of spearmint. And spearmint is the oil of confident speech. So I love diffusing or putting a drop in my water when coming on and speaking in front of people, just to help me with my words, to not say a lot, and to just really be confident in what I have to say and know that it does matter and that it will offer some insight. And then lastly, wild orange. So I did 3 drops of wild orange. And this is the oil of abundance, so a really happy oil, uplifting oil, and I like to put that one in my water as well. So I actually have wild orange in my glass mason jar. So that is what I got going on. And then tonight I'm just going to be talking to you a little bit about what has come up within the past week or so of inspiration, of growth, just some lessons I've learned to kind of give you some inspiration for your week. And maybe you're going through some similar things, or maybe you know someone in your life that could benefit from hearing what I have to say. So feel free to connect us. Feel free to share this when I upload it to Facebook. And if you're curious about more essential oils or yoga that I talked about, I actually just did a live video all on yoga and essential oils in my Happy Highest You Oil Tribe on Facebook. So feel free to check that out. And then, yeah, so basically what I want to start off tonight is what it means to be a leader. So I've been growing my essential oil business and really stepping into that leadership role of mentoring other people to develop their own way of teaching others about essential oils and really showing up in their business and taking it seriously to share these oils with other people because they can really transform their lives. And so I've always had this innate knowing that I was meant to lead and I was meant to be something bigger, but I didn't know exactly what that meant. I know in high school I really desired to be that team captain for cross country and track, and I really I always just looked up to people who were willing to step up and be themselves and really speak from their heart. And I know I did a post on this a while back on Facebook, but so it does like show up again and again of what it means to be a leader. And maybe you have some people in your life that really inspire you, and I encourage you to kind of take note of who those people are, maybe send some gratitude their way, but also know that what you see in other people and what you really admire and love, that's because it is somewhere inside of you as well. And it took me a little bit to understand what this meant. But the more I've come to realize what it is I desire in other people, the more I can apply that to my own life, and the more I can set goals for myself and dreams and aspirations. And so this past weekend, and also today, I really was shown what it meant to be a true leader by someone in my life who was willing to go outside their comfort zone, who stood in front of a crowd of people and acknowledged what it was that they stood for and what they believed. And as scary as it was, and as scary as they can make it up in your head to be, and to really make that next leap, you just have to like go for it. And that's what I learned. And then it's just like a downhill spiral from there. And so that was really inspiring for me to see this past weekend, just for someone to go up, to trust that they were doing what it is in their heart that they were really passionate about, what it was that they knew would help them feel more full and more true to themselves, more whole. That's what I really believe a true leader is when they're striving for growth and when they're not scared, when kind of holding back is worse than stepping forward and seeing what could happen. Hope that makes sense. And yeah, I just wrote down some notes, like continually showing up is what leadership means to me, even when some days you don't have anything to talk about. Like last week I was like, I'm just gonna jump on here and speak because I know I need to move this energy through, and I know that I just need to get back into my truth, which is speaking and connecting with other like-minded people. So continually showing up, because your faith and your belief in what you have to offer this life and your purpose and your curiosities, that's more important than what other people might say, or that judgment and that, yeah. So another thing that I really found is when leaders really step up and they do this, yeah, there are some criticisms, yeah, there are some questions, but most of the time you will find that support. And not only this past weekend did I literally see hands being placed on this person, I saw hugs, I saw encouragement, I saw a loving touch to the side before they walked up and were expressing their belief and expressing what they had wanted as a leader. And I also watched The Greatest Showman. I shared this video on Facebook, but Kiela, I hope I'm saying her name right, I'm totally not, but she sings This Is Me, and literally in this video she talks about how she was like shaking and nervous, but she knew she had to move away from speaking by the podium. And sorry, I'm gonna read Kelsey's comment. I know, live videos are really confusing in the sense that you like feel like you're really there, but you can't type fast enough. But yeah, I appreciate you talking back to me even though I can't hear you necessarily. But yeah, I watched this Greatest Showman video, and the singer was like, I was so nervous, I was shaking, but I knew I had to do it, and I knew I had to step into my authenticity and my truth and just give it my all. And she walked away from the podium and she just let it go. And it just reminds me of like when you're so nervous, but then you like do the thing and everything, even though you're shaking, it's just like such a feel-good energy that even though you're shaking, you're scared, it's just kind of, like she said, an outer world experience that it's really hard to explain. But what I'm getting back to is that support. Like you see in this video of all these people just like, this girl's amazing, and just chiming in with her and giving her like a handshake, a hand to hold on to as she's like going through it. And I think sometimes we can get confused by, yes, leaders are super confident in the sense, but that doesn't take away from the fact that these big steps and these big changes and finding who you are as a person and adjusting those limiting beliefs and showing up even when people might think of you as your old self, it is scary. So even if you're really confident in your belief and your truth, it still is a huge step that can sometimes be scary. And so that support is always recognized and always appreciated. And so that's just something that I've really realized, and especially this week, I'm just really open to that receiving of, yes, I can be this leader, yes, I can be confident in what I do, but I'm also going to accept that people are grateful for me and they've seen my growth and they are supporting me along the way, and I think that's super awesome. So thank you to those who have reached out and told me how much like essential oils have transformed your life, or even if it's like an inspirational Instagram story that I posted or a funny video. Your support does mean a lot to people who are going out of their comfort zone. And then I kind of just wanted to talk about like growth in a really broad term. Growth, manifesting, and anchoring, and how they all have to do with each other to really allow for that manifestation to happen and that growth to happen. Kind of the same words there, but I'm going to drink of water here. If you guys have anything that comes up of question-wise that you want to ask me specifically, you can totally leave that in the comments as well. I'd be happy to answer. Yeah, so when I think about like my growth so far on my soul discovery journey, hi Andy, I really think of recording my growth, but also like going back to when this first started, recording what it was I desired, and when I didn't really know exactly what it was I desired or what I wanted in life, I was encouraged by my mentor to really explore my curiosity. So whether that be like a walk home from work, what am I curious about? Or maybe I stumbled upon a book or a conversation in my life that really sparked my curiosity and interest. As well as if you're in college, pay attention to those courses or maybe just local events that are going on that really spark your curiosities, and jot them down in like a notebook, because this is how you manifest these things into your life and really allow them to come up more. So you might hear a lot like what you surround yourself, what you think about grows in your life, and it's completely true. Sometimes it's you can forget it. But I've remembered time and time again that this is how I've gotten to the point, and how a lot of these things in my life have come because I've just kept thinking about them. Even if it's like, oh, I really want that shirt, I'm going to keep thinking about it, and usually you'll go back and buy it from Target, but that's just one example. But yeah, so back in my earlier days, like I think it was like fall of 2016, I was really exploring these curiosities along with nannying, and I found that I was really curious about, sorry, someone's at my door, 1 second. Okay, I'm making Andy get the door. Oh, just a package. Okay. Okay, sorry. I know, right, Kelsey? Okay, can you go back in the bedroom? Andy.
Yes.
Okay. Andy got the door, Kelsey, don't worry. Okay, now he's gonna say hi. I for sure thought that was gonna be someone random coming to my door, but yay, for live videos. You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, back to recording your curiosities, and okay, good. Oh goodness. So that was really helpful. I know if I like went back to look in my journal where I started doing this, I would see a lot of, I'm really curious to like speak in front of people. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I'm like terrified of public speaking. But I wrote down that I really wanted to express something that I was passionate about to other people, and for some reason, I've just always been drawn to people who get up on stage and have inspiring, motivational things to say, and I totally feel like I'm going to do that someday. It's just like that inner knowing of just what I'm meant here to do, so it's going to happen. But the more you start to notice those things, and the more you start to like write them down, or maybe you make like a little vision board like this, words that stand out to you. I recently got into a yay, yes, check out Digital Decorist on Instagram. She actually introduced me to creating mood boards, and I'm super obsessed. Not only do I make like little vision boards, cutting out like inspiring things from magazines and stuff like that, but what I love to do when I'm doing that through a magazine is just really meditate before, get clear-headed, and just go into it and not think twice about what stands out to me and what colors I'm drawn to. Maybe it's a certain scene of like this girl's like reading a book, and that was something I just really wanted to feel, like just in the moment, relaxed, to myself, and just really inspiring and educating myself, because that's one of my strengths, is like being a learner. I recently took the character strengths test, and that was something I found. So it's funny that that picture stood out to me as well. But going back to the mood boards, this is something you can kind of do if you're an entrepreneur, or just trying to just understand yourself better and kind of how you want to present yourself, because you guys all are your own brand. And so when I started creating this mood board on Pinterest, it's so different, like doing it now versus if I were to start at the beginning of my soul discovery journey. You can totally start. But like I said, I already know some of those curiosities and some of those words that I've been acquiring over time of who I want to help, what I want to do in life, and what I'm interested in. So it was easy for me to not only like just scroll through Pinterest and look for pictures that stand out, which you can totally do, but it was easy for me to kind of search like, oh, I'm really interested in emotional wellness and spirituality, and just like specific words. And then from there, I would just really scroll through and find a picture that made me feel the way I wanted to present myself, and the way I felt like my story and my experience really was portrayed. And so mood boards are just awesome. Like, I love just scrolling through mine and really understanding my why and understanding who I am. So they really can help you get clear on what it is you love and what it is that inspires you. Like even today, I was walking around while nannying, and I was just like looking around the neighborhood, finding inspiration and colors that just like stood out to me. And that's just so cool to do too. So I've learned so much from you, so thank you. And yeah, and if you haven't even thought about like doing some of this stuff, I really encourage you, because especially if you're feeling stuck or if you're feeling unclear or that you don't have a purpose but you're not happy right now, I encourage you to explore that a little bit more, because I think we all have something unique to offer, and we all are so different in a good way, especially like with our strengths. If you take that test, it also helps you to understand like how you can build off of those strengths as well. And then also you can include that kind of in your mood board as well, of what it is you thrive on and how it is you can like present this work. So it's a little bit like really struggling for water right now. Yay, I'm glad it made your day. But yeah, it's been really, really helpful for me this past month. So I already love talking about it. I think it's a fabulous tool to help people just step into their creativity, authenticity, and to not be scared of branding and like diving into what it is that makes us us. Because, and it also, like when you go on Pinterest and when you're finding magazines that are kind of unique, it really encourages us to step outside of what we might see on routine. It really allows for us to like dream big, and really inspires us to like think outside of our usual day and our usual routine. So that's something that's really helpful for me. Something also along with the mood boards is that sometimes these limiting beliefs, I find that it's really helpful. This kind of goes into, so I'll just touch on one more thing with the mood boards, two more things. They really help us to understand, one, our curiosities, but also they help us to go into manifesting those, because we know exactly what it is we're curious about. We know exactly what it is we like want to see more of in our life. So we're thinking about it and we're visualizing it and we're looking at it. And the more we come back to it, the more we're attracting that into our life, because what we think about grows, and what we think about we create. And so it's super powerful with that. But then also what I love to do is to jot down for manifesting what it is in my life that I've already manifested. So for instance, I recently leased a car with my boyfriend. I've been wanting to bring a car into my life, so I was able to go back and forth from Iowa to visit family safely and confidently, as well as like go teach oil classes, and just allow for more opportunities to travel and to just feel safe and secure. So that is something that is really awesome to like look back on, and something I really wanted to do, as well as like yoga training. I really wanted to like help people, as broad as that is, but I get to do that with essential oils and coaching and mentoring, as well as speaking. Like I get to like public speak through these lives and connect with people and build relationships. My major in college was communication, and I totally can see how that aligns now, even though I might not have known what I wanted to do with it at the time. But those were things I was curious about, was the communication of just really diving into what it was that people, how they expressed themselves, and what it was you could do to make a relationship like stronger. And so yeah, jotting down those previous manifestations that have already come into your life can be really powerful in giving you that evidence you need that this stuff really does work. Like I said, as simple as it is, that maybe it was that Target shirt that you really wanted, or I know I'm manifesting the brand Bangs shoes into my life. So it will be cool to like, even just like those to-do lists, to check them off. That's like part of manifesting, is like doing what it is you wanted to do, and what you want in life. So my next point that I'm gonna go into on this live cast is the action of anchoring into a moment. And I think mood boards can kind of relate to this in the sense that once we know our why, and once we know our curiosities and have that visual that we can go back to, there will be ebbs and flows to life. There will be ebbs and flows in your business or your relationships or just life in general. And sometimes when you get to a low point or a dark place, and instead of sitting in that stuckness and not knowing a tool or how to get out of it, and maybe it does take time, like this month I've learned, like even if I do have these tools, I'm still resisting choosing those tools. Or sometimes you can just get a little stubborn with it and you're not ready to release whatever's going on, and that's okay. But they do help to move out of it quicker, because they give you kind of a solution for when you are ready, instead of not knowing and keeping you stuck longer. And so when I think of mood boards, I think of, okay, I need some inspiration, I need content to create, I need to know who I want to reach out to and who I want to help and what my mission is. So I go to that, and it reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, and maybe it's a vision in the future of what I want. Connection. Hopefully we're okay. It said poor connection on there, but yeah, really just helping with that visualization of what you want in life, and in those dark moments of bringing you back to that high vibe state of when you were thinking about what it was that lit you up and what excited you in life. And so with anchoring, something that's really helped me this month, as much as I resisted choosing it and fell in and out of alignment, which is totally normal, is anchoring with essential oils, anchoring with music. Surprisingly, this was my first time like truly anchoring with like a song and dancing and feeling it in my body. But I tell you, like when I listened to the Greatest Showman album yesterday, I just like was sick of my excuses. I was sick of feeling like lack of belief that I couldn't do something, and I turned it on and I just like freaking danced. And it's just crazy how it can lift your vibes and lift your mood, and you just have to like get all that bad energy, negative energy out somehow. And so this was really cool, and like seeing me anchoring in that song at the beginning of the month and using it at the end, or whenever you need it in the future, it's going to remind you of a really high vibe, positive time. I like to use this example when you're traveling or in a car, like using these songs as well when you're like stuck in traffic, or when you know you're going to be in a low vibe situation, or maybe traffic just brings you like negative emotions anyway, just from like beliefs that we have about traffic, even though it's always going to be there. What did Kelsey say? I need to watch the movie, especially with the visual of you dancing along the songs. Okay. Yep, so the other night I literally was like jumping on my bed when Andy wasn't here, and I don't know if he's still watching, but yep, I was doing that, like jumping and like freaking dancing that out, because life's too short to feel crappy. So get your anchor song, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be This Is Me from Greatest Showman, but yeah, I actually, funny story, I listened to the album before I watched the movie, because I heard This Is Me from like the radio or something, or in a yoga practice, and I just like heard about it from Alicia, my mentor, and so I just started listening to the album without watching the movie. And so it's cool that I have this own like meaning to it for myself, but also watching the movie and knowing what it really was about, and seeing those videos of like how they made it and stuff was really cool. But yeah, anchoring in music. But then what I love about essential oils too, so like I said, I diffused spearmint and wild orange and lemongrass, and this specific smell could anchor me into this moment of talking to you guys, to connecting, because it's lighting up my sense of smell and getting to my brain while I'm talking and while I'm having an experience, so that when I'm smelling it again, oh, it's gonna like shift that for me and remind me I was in a really happy, uplifted, positive vibe while smelling these oils. And it's just so crazy how things like that can have such power when you're open to using them and when you're ready to using them. Ready to use them. And then anchoring, yeah, that's basically what I've been using. Essential oils and music mainly have been the big ones this month for really anchoring in, and then that mood board of how I want to feel, who I want to help. That has been huge. Like I just have it right here on my desk, just reminding me that I want to feel giggles, I want to feel free, influential. So showing up and inspiring people is important to be influential to others. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thanks so much for joining in and sharing your comments. I love feeling like I'm in the same room as you, Kelsey. I know you're like 4 hours away. And it's so good to connect with all of you. I am excited. Hopefully by my next live next week, I'll have some little air plants hanging from my shelf. I wonder if you can actually see them. I might have to adjust the camera a little bit. But yeah, I got these at back in my hometown at a little Nouveau market. So we got some air plants and some cute little hangings. So hopefully they show up, because now I realize they're a little short, but love. Sorry, my comments are sideways, so if I'm turning my head. Yay! Yes, do the mood board. I, for some reason, hadn't been on Pinterest. Like, yeah, I was on it a little bit in college, but I feel like we were on it a lot in high school, like just to pass time. But really being intentional with it and setting up, and not just like scrolling. Again, like with social media, we can get in that habit of just like scrolling through things and not really like allowing ourselves to feel and be intentional with it. I think that's like the key with Pinterest for me, is like go on it to be inspired and to add more things to like your toolbox to make your life that much better. Can't see the shelf. Well, there's nothing really on it right now aside from my little smudging shell and Essential Life book. Shout out to Kelsey, she just got her Essential Life book too. Okay, I will let you guys all go enjoy your Tuesday night. And again, if you're interested in some of my essential oils classes, I'm actually offering another free online class this Thursday, all about high vibrational living and how essential oils have the power to literally shift our vibration and our mood, and more on just how they can anchor in just positive vibes in your life. So if you're interested in that class, feel free to message me, or you can go to Happy Highest You Oil Tribe on Facebook, and that is where I will be doing the live video free online class at 7 p.m. Central Time on this Thursday. So, yay! Thing. Yes, you can watch the replay, Kelsey. There will be a replay. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see them. Okay, yay! Also, we have an amazing essential oil promotion going on where you can earn up to $100 worth of free oils by just getting started and saying yes to your oil journey and your lifestyle, and just improving your mood, improving your health, and again, bringing you to that happiest, highest version of yourself. I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. If you're interested at all or have any questions, please feel free to message me, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.